richer or poorer. Again, a lot of people don't even want to say this one at all. They don't even want to recite it at all because they said, why will I want to go to marriage and say I want to be poor? The poor that you're talking about, it is not physically poor, though it's an attestation. So it has connotations of physical poor, spiritual poor, or emotionally poor. So you can be physically poor, you can be spiritually poor, and you can be emotionally poor. You are promising each other that in that time when you're spiritually poor, I am here. In that time when you're physically poor, I am here. In that time when you're emotionally poor, I am here. Now let's look at, now we can now dig into that example of Job's wife. In the book of Job, chapter 2, the verse 9, we see Job, or take your time and read the whole of Job chapter 2. You see the frustration of that woman. You see the loss of business. You see, that is really a family life evidence of how things can just go bad in a family. There is a fire and the whole building just went down. There is something that happened. Anything can happen because this earth is, there is nothing like there's nothing like certainties. No, there's nothing like sureties. No, anything can happen. So, what can you do to stand with that person when that situation? What about physically poor? Let's dwell there. He made a bad investment as a business. His business was flourishing. He was doing very well. Somebody just introduced him to one business, and all of a sudden, everything crashed. What would you do? Would you leave him or you stand by your vow? I was listening to this elderly woman in this future my future wife podcast by Lateris, and I was listening to this old woman who was. He said my husband was sick in the hospital, and in that hospital I was going up and down, and I was tired. But I said to myself, God help my husband because I made a vow to this man that I'm going to stand with him for better, for worse, and that shook me. That shook me. He said, I made a vow. You can go on online on YouTube. It's there. If I find a link, maybe I can share it on the page so that you can listen to her. When I was listening, I began to understand the meanings of vows even better. So, child of God, that physically poor, he made that poor investment. Are you there to help? Spiritually poor, he can't pray anymore. There is this heaviness that he is not able to pray again. There is this heaviness that he feels that God is so distant from him. Maybe one man of God who has been walking in integrity, doing everything right. The church is not growing. There's a lot of debts coming his way. He goes to church, nobody's coming. And this man is spiritually poor, spiritually dead, spiritually collapsing. Would you be able to stand with him and say, you know what? I am praying for you. I shared an example of how this alabaster box, the wife, the woman stood with this man and said, you know what? Yes, I know you've been called. I know this is what is happening, but I'm not going to let you. She took the platform, she took the stage, began to preach, and that brought the man back on track. How many of you can help our husbands, can help your spouses, can help our partners in situations where they are spiritually poor, emotionally poor? People are going through depression. And you see, unfortunately, in the part of Africa, depressions are not measured, so they don't see. Depression is really real. Maybe one of these days we will get a psychologist who will come and teach about depression. A lot of people are going through depression. If you want to test you how depressed you are, when you feel so sad to a point you don't want to talk to somebody, it's depression. When you feel so sad to a point that you are there, you are crying, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you are hating depression. You need help. You need help. So you will also want to help this person, your spouse, your husband, as you say, I'm going to emotionally available. When he is down, he can find joy in you. Like Ahab and Jezebel. Ahab was down, but Jezebel was saying, I am here, Ahab. And you see that Ahab loved Jezebel, even though he has more idols. We don't see Ahab mentioning any other woman's name than Jezebel. The woman was there for Ahab when he needed what her the most. So it is my prayer that you be emotionally also stable for both the man and the woman. When that woman is going through, I always say that women have a lot of emotions. Even we can be laughing right now, The next moment we are crying. During ovulations, we behave differently. When we are in our cycle, we are behaving differently. We can be laughing with you tomorrow. We don't want to talk to you again. God put everything in us as women. That makes us women. So when your woman is going through these processes, these cycles, are you able to say, yeah, I understand you. I know your woman thing has come, but I'm here. I am here. I am that shoulder that you can cry on. I'm that shoulder. Come, let me just cuddle you. Sometimes all that a woman needs is just a hug, just a cuddle. Let me just cuddle you. Let me just put you right on my chest to say that you are feeling, you are secured here. It's not, she doesn't need sex. She's not needing the sex. She just needs you to hug her. She just needs you to cover her. She just needs you to protect her emotionally. Sometimes you just need that heart and telling her, it is all right. I am here. I'm that your pillar. I'm that man that I said I was going to take care of you when I took you from your father's house. That is what she is looking for.